The frost overnight made pitches all over Scotland unplayable, but in the Borders we did get some of our teams out onto the park, with the biggest game in Scotland going ahead at Netherdale in Premier A between Gala and Curry. Ironically, Gala didn't switch on their undersoil heating, but the match was never in doubt. Unfortunately for Gala, they slumped to their second loss on the trot, and their chances of finishing in the top three to qualify for the British and Irish Cup competition are getting smaller, with no points gained out of a possible 10 with just 5 games to play. They lost 32-12, gifting one of 4 tries at the end of the first half when Ewan McQuillan's pass was intercepted by England Sevens player Dave Smith, who sprinted 90 yards to touchdown. Curry had scored the first try on 24 minutes when poor defence let in Dougie Fife in the corner. With Lee Miller kicking 2 penalties, at least Gala were in the game at the break, going in 15-6 down. With more kicks for both sides, that turned into 18-12 with a minute to go, and despite Gala's off-colour performance, they were still in with a chance of sneaking the game. But 2 converted tries in injury time saw the scoreboard change dramatically, and a possible losing bonus point turned into a try bonus for Curry, who now leapfrog Gala into second place, demoting the Maroons to 4th in the table. Coach George Graham was more baffled than angry at the final whistle after this latest defeat.
Very much in the same vein as Aberdeen, a little bit better than Aberdeen, but I think Curry just showed a wee bit more hunger. We were very, very poor in our offloads. We gave away so many balls cheaply. Territory, we just never controlled it, and they did. Scored a couple of good tries by our ineptitude or seeing what's in front of us and defending well. We missed a lot of tackles. Yeah, very, very disappointing.
It was so unlike Gala performance, wasn't it?
I'd love to be able to give you the reason why, but I'm a wee bit stumped right now when we've went from a team that's dominated everywhere we played against to a team that looks very mediocre, and I don't know what the answer is. Obviously, we'll try and find out what it is by speaking to the players and find out what's going on in their heads and try and rectify it.
The big turning point just before half-time, Gala seemed to have weathered the storm, beginning to get on top, almost went over for a try, interception, try down the other side of the park.
It's just one of these unfortunate things. Ewan McCollum tries to pop it over the top with a small winger, and unfortunately he jumps, catches it and runs length. That's just one of these things at this level. You make a mistake, especially against a team like Curry, and they'll punish you, and they did, and that's just unfortunate that we go in, other than winning, we go down 6 points, 7 points behind, so disappointing.
So 2 games lost on the trot now, which is not what we wanted to hear, particularly at the start of Premier A. Big task from here.
We obviously set our stall out that we wanted to try and compete as high as we could starting the season. As I've said earlier on, we've done fantastically well in the first half yet. We haven't showed up in the second half yet. We just haven't turned up at Aberdeen, back here at Netherdale. We just haven't turned up. No excuses. We've got a few injuries, but no excuses. Curry were better today. It's the first time that Gala's been beat 2 games in the trot for quite some time, but we'll just need to keep weathering away, and we've got another tough game in 2 weeks' time as well, so we need to try and work towards that.
That was the only Premier A game to take place, and you can see all 4 tries on Borders Rugby television at bordersrugby.net right now. In Premier B, only 2 games beat the weather. Stuart's Melville had a good tussle with Hamilton before stretching out to win 25-18 at Inverleith, while Jed Forest lost 21-8 at Heriots, their 6th straight defeat. And it was another poor start for the Royal Blues as they went into the break 3 converted tries adrift. And while they won the second half 8-0 through an Ian Chisholm try and a Ewan Scott penalty, their hopes of playing in the Premiership next season are fading fast. One match was played in Premier C. White Craigs beat Hillhead Jordan Hill 26-20. Moving to the National League, and Langham got back-to-back wins for only the second time this season, with a 14-5 victory at home to Edinburgh University. In East League 1, Berwick beat Portobello 27-14, while Duns almost spoiled the party for unbeaten Preston Lodge, who needed a win to take the Division 1 title. Duns were leading 16-15 when a late penalty won the game for PL. 18-16 was the result, but it was the first time in 15 games that the visitors hadn't secured a try bonus point. In East League 3, St Boswell's won the local derby at Walkerburn by 19 points to 3. Next week, of course, it's Scotland versus England at Murrayfield. That's a 5 o'clock kick-off. There's a free match on Friday night down at Netherdale, so come and watch Scotland A take on England's A team, the Saxons. Kick-off for that is 7:30. There'll be a number of local players turning out, and they'll be delighted to have your support, especially as Scotland A are looking to make it 4 out of 4 wins at Netherdale. On Saturday at 2:30, Jed Forest will play Edinburgh Accies in the rearranged Premier B match-up. There's an RBS Cup game between Hawick and Melrose at 2 o'clock, which has nothing at stake, sadly, apart from bragging rights. Langham are at home to Ellen, looking for a hat-trick of wins. Hawick YM continue their quest for the National League title at RHC, while Galloway YM will play Hawick Quins.